Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. And today's lesson we are going to talk about Freud's structure of personality. First and foremost, we begin by thanking God for the Father He has brought us. So, who was Freud? Freud was a pioneer of psychology and he proposed that our personality is made up of three interacting parts. And the three parts influence how we think, how we feel, and how we behave. And these three parts are the id, the ego, and the superego. Now let us dive in so that we may get a greater understanding about Freud's structure of personalities. The levels of the mind. Freud argued this. He argued that as human beings, we have three levels of the mind. And the first level is the conscious mind, the second level is the preconscious mind, and the third level is the unconscious mind. Like, let us look at the other diagram here where it's written the Freud's iceberg theory. On this diagram we can see the iceberg, and on the top of the iceberg we can see that is where the conscious mind is, the thoughts that we are aware of, the conscious mind. Now then let's look at below the water. Now we have a bigger part of the iceberg, and the bigger part of the iceberg we have the preconscious mind. Then deep below we have the unconscious mind. So let us understand the conscious mind. These are the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions a person is aware of. Example, a child knows he's happy or is sad, or he's happy or he's hungry. Or also we can say, like, you, my viewers, as you are watching this is your conscious mind is aware that you are looking at this video. Then let's go to the next one, the preconscious mind. The preconscious mind, this information is not currently in awareness but can be easily recalled. For example, a child remembering a school role when reminded. Or you can say, like, you're in an exam room, then you've been given a paper and you look at the paper and you remember this question, I remember the answer. Then you trigger your mind to remember and to recall, and alas, you remember it. Now that is the preconscious mind. Then the last one is the unconscious mind. These are the hidden thoughts, fears, and desires, and they strongly influence behavior without awareness. For example, a child showing fear without knowing the cause. The child you're just afraid and you don't know what you're afraid of. There is the unconscious mind. Now let us now begin to the three structures. The first structure, we have the id. And the id is present from birth. It is innate, it is inborn. We are born with it, and it's completely unconscious. For example, it's that part of the mind where you look at something and you're like, I want this, and you have to get it because you really want it. And that's the id. You want something, so you have to get it. So it seeks immediate gratifications. It operates on the pleasure principle. It doesn't care of the consequences. Needs and urges are unorganized, selfish, and impulsive. It's irrational. Satisfaction is the ultimate goal. Now let's say, for example, a small child, because children, the young children, let's say 1 year and below, these children, they only deal with the unconscious mind. They will say, I want milk. You have to give the child milk, otherwise the child will keep on crying. The child, maybe you're in a supermarket and the child looks at a toy and the child will cry until you give the child the toy. Now that is the id, and it only deals with the pleasure principle. Let us go to the second one, the ego. The ego develops as the child grows. It operates on the reality principle. It works with both the conscious and the unconscious mind. It's like, let's say, you'll be like, let me think before I act. You have to think before you do something. You have to think before you want this thing. It defers the gratification of the urges until a suitable times. Let's say, for example, you are in your home, you're in it's very late at night, and it's a pregnant mother, and she says, I want an ice cream, but the ice cream is not there. So what will you do? You will have to wait until morning for you to get you have for you to satisfy what you want, you'll have to wait till the morning. It obeys the reality principles and is viewed as the rational part of the mind, and it balances the demands of the id and the roles of the society. Now that is the ego. Ego, it balances what the id wants and the roles of the society. Let us go to the superego. Superego, it develops around the age of 3 to 6 years, and it represents moral standard, conscience and values learned from parents and the society. It contains a set of rules to judge the right and the wrong behavior. It's the moral part of the mind. It's You'll be asking yourself, is this right or wrong to do? For example, you will feel guilty about doing something wrong. And also another example, it's like following rules without supervision, because it contains the set of rules that judge the right from wrong you know Now that is the super ego. Then let us go to the summary of all this. Okay, let us see. So, in the summary, the id, immediate desire, it wants the immediate desire. The ego, there must be a reality check. And the super ego, there has to be the moral judgment. These three parts are always interacting. Sometimes they agree and sometimes they conflict, which explain why we feel inattention when we are making decisions. For example, let's give this. There are two children, and these children, they come to school, and one of the children has one of the child has a chocolate and the other one doesn't have a chocolate. So the other one who doesn't have a chocolate, the id says, I want that chocolate now. It wants the immediate gratifications, right? But then the ego comes in and says, wait, I shouldn't just take it. Maybe I can ask for some instead. It's thinking, it's thinking. Then the super ego adds, taking it is wrong. I should ask politely or not take it at all. It's guiding the child according to the moral values. So as you can understand, this is how Sigmund argued. And I think right now my viewers, I believe right now you have had the concept and you have understood now all about the structures of personalities argued by Sigmund Freud. Thank you, my viewers, and thank you for watching. And I hope to see you next time in my next video. Please subscribe to my channel, and see you next time. Have a blessed time.